Hey, YouTube is back. It's back. We're back. It's a boy and his dog. I'm the boy. He's the dog. We're gonna hit the ground running with this season. Doing a new video every week, shooting every Sunday. So it should be really good. Hope you find it entertaining. Yeah, go ahead.
Yep, we're here to do some movie reviews because, quite frankly, I'm sick of all these fucking cocksuckers on YouTube with these bullshit ass reviews, giving everything a fucking good review because they're getting a fucking free press pass to go see the shit ahead of time. Fuck you. We're not getting paid for shit, so you're gonna get a straight up, honest fucking opinion. If it fucking sucks dick, we're gonna say the penis went in the mouth repeatedly. Okay? And then number one, I'm gonna set some fucking ground rules. There will be no Tom Cruise trashing. Okay? Tom Cruise is the fucking shit. What, you mad 'cause this motherfucker believes in Xenu? Fuck you, you believe in Jesus, bitch. So fuck off. And secondly, fucking Tom Cruise, you mad at this motherfucker because he jumped on a fucking couch on Oprah because he was happy about some shit? When the fuck were you ever so happy about some shit that you jumped on some fucking furniture? So fuck you and your miserable ass, you fucking bitch. And secondly, Shia LaBeouf will not be trashed on this show because most actors have 2, maybe 3 cries. This motherfucker has 30 cries. He's got the slow weep. He's got the single tear down the cheek. He's got the full-blown like when your mom gets fucking shot or some shit. So we're gonna lay those 2 ground rules right the fuck now. But besides that, you're gonna get some straight up honest shit because we're not getting paid. So if you're one of the 2 or 3 or 4 people that watch this shit, fucking God bless, because you're gonna get the straight uncut shit. But the rest of those fucking cocksuckers out there, they get fucking free loot boxes and all that shit to make these bullshit ass videos. Fuck you, and I hope your mother dies in a fucking fiery car wreck, and not just a regular one of the fucking Paul Walker specials.
I hate Shia LaDouche.
Fuck that. We laid the ground rules. Fuck that.
I was not included in the framework of the ground rules.
We'll work on it.
Like, yeah, so we also like just talking about random shit, you know, kind of like that. Hopefully it goes over pretty well and people understand where we're coming from. But the first thing that I thought would kind of be interesting is talk about films that actually scared me when I was a kid. You know, there's a few of them. I made a top 10 with a couple honorable mentions because I'm young enough to be afraid of stuff. I know you were like born in the fiery depths of hell, so you're not afraid of too much. But yeah, I thought we would kind of talk about those. I guess I'll start off with just my honorable mentions, which didn't really scare me too much, but were entertaining, and they are in the horror genre, so I was more entertained than afraid. And those 3 are Misery, The Shining, and The Hills Have Eyes. Like, I think those, like, if it happened to you, like, I'd be fucking petrified. Like, you know, if I was stranded out somewhere and, like, these fucking backward savages motherfuckers were after me and mine, you know, that'd be scary. But, like, as a movie, it's just entertaining. I wasn't, like, on the edge of my seat actually scared during those ones. And then my number 11 was The Ring. Like, it came out just when I was like a junior in high school, you know, so I was like almost not being scared of movies anymore. But like it put me on the edge where I like thought about it after the fact. And Brian Cox's performance in that movie just blew my mind. I didn't know him before that, you know, I didn't recognize him as anything before that. And then after seeing him in Super Troopers, you know, it just it made it like solidified it for me. Like he was a really good actor because who else can just be like, give me the goddamn soap, and then like spit that shit, you know? And it just made yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at, I guess. That's all I can say about The Ring.
I have a story about seeing The Ring at the movie theater. It was me and Emily actually went to go see it, and these fucking teenage girls would talk through the whole thing, and then all of a sudden this fucking big hillbilly dude stood up behind him and was like, I didn't pay all this money to hear you bitches talk the whole fucking time. Shut the fuck up. And his wife grabbed his arm and did the whole honey sound. He was like, no, fuck that. And snatched his arm away. So that's my favorite memory about The Ring.
All right.
Continue.
Okay, number 10 on my list that I thought was more entertaining than scary, but there was 2 scenes in this movie that like actually made me like my skin crawl and shit, and that's Signs, dude. Like when you see that found footage shit on the news where like at the kid's birthday party, you know, and then the alien just like walks by like all nonchalant. Like that shit, like that made my skin crawl, dude. I was like, oh fuck, you know, and like it just made me think a little differently about it. And then the hand under the door was a little scary too. But I really liked that movie a lot, and that's before M. Night really went and drowned himself in terrible movies.
Yeah, he fell the fuck off for a while after that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got a story about that?
Well, I mean, I was about to say I saw that in the movie theaters, but I hardly remember it because I think that was my Vicodin stage.
Ah.
So.
Yeah, I saw it at the theater too, and I saw it a couple times actually, and like I thought it was so good that I wanted to treat my stepdad to the movies, and it was it was my stepdad, and then my girlfriend, and then me sitting there, and then like halfway through the movie, he thought that she was giving me head in the theater. It just like stopped, like turned away from us just to let it happen. But it wasn't happening. It was just like she had dropped something like between the seat, and she was just like grabbing for it. But he was like, I saw what you guys were doing, and I just was like totally cool with it. You know, I'm a cool stepdad. I was like, what? No. All right, but
yeah, actually, the most I've ever done, I fingered a girl during one of the Austin Power movies.
During Austin Powers.
Yeah, one of the. I think it was the second one, but that's as far as I've gotten.
All right. So my number 9 is Predator. Again, more entertaining than scary. But the first time I saw that shit, I was really young, you know, and it was a movie that my uncle showed me, and every time I would go to spend the night at his house, I would always fall asleep to that movie, like every single time. Like I'd go over there at least once a month, you know. So I mean, it's probably the movie I've watched most of my life too. Number 8, I put Evil Dead. The scene where she gets stabbed with the pencil, like that shit scared me as a kid, and then just the demon possession was something else.
What about the fucking animal head laughing on the wall?
Well, that's the second one.
Oh, okay, Evil Dead 2, okay.
Yeah, that happens in Evil Dead 2. So I don't know nothing about that in Evil Dead 1. Number 7, I put The Thing. I know you hate The Thing.
Fuck that.
And you hate Kurt Russell, and
Right.
you hate John Carpenter.
Right. I fucking religiously suck John Carpenter's dick. His 12-inch fucking thriving cock that he fucking swings around like a baseball bat.
Like every time I thought that they were safe in The Thing, they just fucking weren't. They just weren't. That was what actually kept me scared. And then you know what movie scared me just a tad more than that? It's fucking Cujo.
Yeah, that's as a kid that can be mind fuck.
Yeah, it messed with me as a kid, dude. And when you watch it as an adult, it's still an entertaining movie, a good movie. But like the practical effects of like the dog eating people is like so disproportionate. Like as an adult, it's not believable at all. But like, you know, when I was a young kid, I was like, oh my god. And then of course I saw on the show Reba, they made a joke about how the one character was afraid of ankle biter dogs because his first time watching Cujo was on a 5-inch screen, so he was afraid of small dogs. And I thought that was kind of clever. I don't know why, but I always think about that. And then 5, I put Candyman. For fucking years, dude, I could not say shit in a mirror. I just fucking couldn't do it.
Yeah, the only part I really like is when they got the guys in the lineup and they're like, all right, repeat the lines. They're like, number 1 step forward. I hear you looking for Candyman, bitch. Number 2, step forward, say the line. Hey, you're looking for Candyman, bitch. So that's my high.
Oh yeah, that's cinema history right there.
Definitely.
Fucking perfect. Number 4 though is Pet Cemetery. Just like Fred Gwynn. I adore that old man. I thought he was cool as fuck. But yeah, like just the idea of like putting your beloved animals or that boy there just fucked with me too. Like it's a mental scar from when I was a kid. Like I'm over it now. It's cool. Number 3 though might surprise you because some people just look at it as science fiction, but Alien. That shit was scary to me. You know, and I know Bill Paxton was you know, getting real head on screen before that movie, but you know, not in that movie, but he did another film like early on in his career, black and white movie, and he gets head for real.
Oh,
it's interesting. You can look into that.
Oh, I will.
Number 2 that fucked with me is Poltergeist, dude. Damn, that shit messed with me so bad. And just like the whole lore behind the movie, like people dying that made that movie and shit, just it's traumatizing.
Yeah, you can definitely. I mean, even though Tobe Hooper directed that, there's like a huge belief that Steven Spielberg stepped in and like actually directed a bunch of scenes and stuff, and you could tell his influence because you could tell he specifically targeted things that would scare children, like the dolls and the trees and shit like that, which I think that's a fucking underrated fucking classic that for some reason, and I think the reason is that they did lackluster sequels, but I think when you do something as perfect as that, you don't fuck with it because then you ruin the legacy. But that gets overlooked. That's a fucking badass movie right there.
Well, I also think the second one, when the worm thing like grows into a person or whatever, that shit was scary too. But it didn't make my list. But number 1, dude, I was like legitimately traumatized over fucking Child's Play. Like I'm not kidding. Like when I was young, my mom got me one of those good guy dolls, and I don't know why I fucking had this thing, but I swear to God, dude, I took jump ropes and I tied them, so I tied both arms up and both legs up in my closet. I stripped that motherfucker nude, and he's tied up, and I would go in there and randomly beat him so that way he knew his place. I was doing that with a doll for like months.
That's fucking so hot.
It's sadistic. and when I tell people that, they're like, have you ever seen a psychiatrist? And I'm like, yeah, of course. I've seen them in passing lots of times, you know. I've never talked to one, but, you know, I've seen them.
The wild thing is if you do that now and make a web show out of it.
Yes. I should now, huh? Just buy one of those good guy dolls and be like, yeah, right.
Hey, you know how many fucking Asian dudes would be whacking out for that and paying for it? Fuck.
I don't know. Well, what's your 3, man?
Number 3, we'll start from number 1 will be the scariest. Number 3, though, to me, when I was a kid and I first saw Phantasm, motherfucker, something about them being what's it called, the where they bury the people indoors, the mausoleum? Is that
mausoleum.
Yeah, just with that white background and it just being the same pattern of the fronts of the entrance to the caskets. Something about that when people were running from the balls, it seemed like there was no escape. You know what I'm saying? It just seemed like no matter what hallway you went down, because everything looked the same, it was almost like there was no escape from that. And just seeing that, and then I remember specifically as a kid the part when they put the finger in the garbage disposal. That was a fucking mind fuck. And then the fact that the parents weren't around. You know, as a kid, it was the 2 brothers, and the older brother, even though he was older, he was still pretty young. But, you know, as a kid, you look to your parents, especially if you're in a house, you think that they're going to be there to protect you if something happens. In that movie, there was no parents. So watching that as a kid and seeing other young people have to battle all this fucking bullshit on their own, I think that was like a subconscious fucking mind fuck. And then I know you really like the part with Angus Scrimm tossing the casket and the shit by himself in the back of the hearse.
Yeah, dude. Like I just that's what was scary for me. Like I just remember that. Like I didn't ever think of him like being that powerful of a character, you know. And then like just like seeing him just like putting that shit in there, I was like, damn, okay. Like, I remember that shit, and I remember those ugly-ass turd people, like, from the first time I seen it. Like, I don't know what the fuck was going on, but it was some scary-ass imagery in that shit.
The bootleg Jawas.
Yes.
Running around.
Is that what they were?
Must be. But the second movie is going to be, it's not really a horror movie, but to me, I think it's probably, this isn't my number one, but this is the movie that's still fucks with me, and I've only seen it 4 times, and I've owned the DVD for years, is Requiem for a Dream. That, to me, as an adult, is the true definition of a fucking horror movie. And if you look at whoever gets off the easiest, that's fucking Marlon Wayans, who's in prison. So if that tells you the fate of everybody else, where you look at the fate of his character, where like, oh man, he got off easy, he's in fucking prison. It's just, man, the fucking editing, I would love to fucking talk to Aronofsky about if he talked to somebody that specialized in like sounds or music or different patterns that fuck with your head, because probably about half hour into the end, the music starts and it never stops. And it slowly ratchets up faster along with the editing. And you don't notice it the first time, but I don't know how many people notice it, but I wanted to figure out why this shit was making me feel motion sickness and giving me a headache every time I watched it. And I noticed that last half an hour just keeps on ratcheting up until you're physically fucked up. So I know he didn't come up with that on his own. There has to be some science behind that. But whatever it is, that movie is fucked up. And if you want your whole day ruined, I would say watch it at night when your day is done, but then you're not going to sleep, because that's what happened to me. But if you just want to fucking be like, fuck it, I just want my day fucking ruined, I want to fucking lose faith in humanity and life and just the world in general, watch Requiem for a Dream. Even the censored one. That one with some scenes cut out will still fuck you up. And that shit, I won't watch it casually today. I have to really feel in a fucking sadistic mood and show it to somebody who's never seen it before. You have any thoughts on that flick?
Yeah, that's me. I've never seen it before.
Never seen it before?
I have never seen it before.
Oh boy.
Just because, like, of what it is. You know, I'm so disconnected from that type of world anyway. Like, I don't know, I don't have family that's in those types of situations, you know. So I feel like it'd be hard for me to be compassionate to the story, you know. So I mean, that's just kind of like my thought process on it originally. But I mean, like, I used to own the DVD too, you know. Just I lived in a time where I used to spend $400 a week on fucking DVDs for no fucking reason other than the money needed to be spent. You know, so like that's why I owned it, but yeah, I've never actually invested time into watching it. Is Ewan McGregor in that? He is, right?
No, that's in Trainspotting.
That's that one.
That's the other drug
I never saw that one either.
Trainspotting is more, I guess, the comedic. They kind of try to make it serious, but it's like, hey, heroin guys are goofy, kind of like that shit. But this shit,
oh, okay.
Requiem for a Dream is some shit that they need to show in schools to, you know, keep kids off of drugs. If I ever have a daughter,
You think it would?
That movie is, first of all, you wouldn't be able to show it in schools because the kids would be coming home fucking crying. They wouldn't go to sleep. They'd have fucking nightmares. But it would probably be for their own good, because that movie is the best public service announcement against hard drugs that I've ever fucking seen. And you're talking to somebody that's totally fucking jaded that will watch fucking ISIS beheading videos and be like, next. So if you, that shit is fucking brutal. It's brutal, and it's a fucking work of art. But I mean, not all works of art are pretty, you know.
Oh yeah, I get it.
But I'll go in the first movie I have, and that's Halloween, man. That's, again, I fucking get down on my knees and scuff him up for John Carpenter. He's the fucking shit. That was the first movie that fucking put him on, and it's still paying off for him today. He's doing the score for the Danny McBride fucking reboot I just read today. So, and one thing that these three movies have in common that I think really fuck with your head is the fucking music. The fucking music is right there, Siamese twin with the fucking antagonist in those movies.
Okay.
Because the Halloween music, I fucking challenge you. Being a fucking, I don't give a fuck if you're a fucking Vietnam vet and you smashed in fucking 20 Vietnamese kids' heads with the fucking butt of your gun. Nah, fucking sit in a quiet house, Halloween night, fucking have all the lights off, and then once that fucking music hits and all you see is that fucking white mask when he sits up, say you don't look over the couch. Say you don't go up to the door and make sure it's locked. Fuck that, you're gonna do that. That shit still stands up, and just the fucking music between all three movies, you know, the Phantasm theme, still, if you pop it up on fucking YouTube, cut all the lights off and listen to it. You know, I mean, you might not be fucking scared shitless, but you're gonna understand. You know, Requiem for a Dream, that music's all over the place, but the way it's edited to fuck you up. And Halloween, self-explanatory, that's the greatest horror theme up there with some of the greatest movie themes, period. John Carpenter's the shit. And the crazy thing about it is that they didn't have fucking looping devices back then. So when you listen to those John Carpenter scores, like, you know, Escape from New York and Halloween, for the whole time you listen to it, that's him actually playing every note. He's not playing 4 bars and then putting it in a computer and it looping. Him and whoever's playing with him, they had to sit there and play all that shit. So when you hear how fucking sequenced that shit is, you realize what kind of fucking musical genius he is, along with being a fucking true directorial genius. You know what I'm saying? So that just makes you appreciate him even more, and he's the fucking shit.
I thought Jamie Lee Curtis was hot as fuck back in the day.
I don't think I got an appreciation for her until I saw True Lies when she slicked her shit back and was doing the fucking pole dance.
I am?
But then later on she started doing
Trading Places?
Oh yeah, the fucking tits were fucking glorious. When she fucking, of course.
Alright.
But what happened was later on, if you recall, she started doing ads for that fucking yogurt for women that are constipated.
Yeah, oh yeah. No, I definitely don't think she's extremely hot now, but back in the day, I mean, I think she still looks alright for her age, you know?
Yeah, I mean, but ever since she started doing
even Freaky
ads,
Friday, she looked okay.
I mean, if someone's doing ads and they're like, hey, I use this because I can't shit.
Yeah, I mean,
this fucking yogurt helps me take a fucking fresh dump in the morning. Like, I
like,
really
hey, Jamie Lee, I got a finger, dude. I'll get it out.
Oh, just ass blaster. You fucking jar some shit loose. But is there anything else we'd like to talk about? What's coming up?
Yeah, what's coming up? I've never seen a Rocky movie.
Fucking. And we're gonna watch all of them. All of them.
We're gonna do reviews for every single Rocky movie this season. And some things I have seen, a lot of them that I haven't, but it's going to be a season. I'm interested in what we're watching, but episode coming up next is actually the Dallas Buyers Club. We're going to be talking about that, the pros, cons, story, ins and outs, and whatever else that we can talk about. And I don't even want to say any more about it. I don't want to.
Well, I'm gonna give
no hints.
I'm gonna give a small spoiler alert.
Small spoiler.
Matthew McConaughey has AIDS.
Oh, it's just a story spoiler, not a spoiler for our episode. No. I like where you went. Okay, because I mean I was gonna say something, but I don't want to. Well,
everyone will be perfectly okay with you talking about how hot Jared Leto is in that.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, if he is not gonna suck my dick, though, I'm not talking to the guy. I was gonna say Jennifer Garner sucks. That's all I was gonna say, but I guess that kind of pertains to the movie too, and not just our review.
Well, boy, you started. Now that huge rabid Jennifer Garner fan base is really gonna roast us on the fucking comments.
Oh man!
You better block our Facebook page off. Holy shit! You know how savage those fucking cunts can be.
Yes, I do, but hopefully the Christina Ricci love will save me. Because I definitely love Christina Ricci. I don't have any houseplants in my home, I promise. Cool? Let's say goodbye to the people.
Goodbye to the people.
We out.